Have you ever been in a heated argument with someone and no matter what you say, the other person just gets more and more annoyed? Then they say something back and it just fills you up with rage. And then you get to a peak and you're both relentlessly shouting at each other like two barbarians. It doesn't feel so good, does it? But don't worry, I understand. And today I'm going to share with you 7 amazing tips on how you can resolve your issues correctly. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying my content. Okay, number 1, be clear about the issue. By this, I mean, don't beat around the bush. If you have something important to say, make sure you get to the point and tell the other person exactly how you feel. It's not fair for the other person if they can't understand what exactly you're trying to say. This is just going to confuse them and make it harder for them to control their own emotions. And when they can't control their emotions, it makes it harder for you to control your emotions. And that leads to a huge mess that will only take more and more time to resolve. Number 2, listen to the other person carefully. Listening is key to resolving an issue with someone. They need to express themselves just as much as you do, so make sure you give them time to explain exactly how they're feeling and what issues they're having. Try and notice their body language too. If they're stomping around and yelling, it's probably a good idea to try and deflate the situation rather than matching their expressions and the way they're communicating back. So actually listen to what they have to say and understand how they feel before returning back to your point. And this leads to my next tip. Number 3, take comfort in silence. Silence is a great way for you to show the other person that you're actually listening and thinking about what they're trying to tell you. It can also be a little bit uncomfortable for the other person when you're silent, because when you're in an arguing environment, people sometimes want a reaction from you. But an awkward silence can often break that rage, and it gives you time to select your next words very carefully, because we all know once you've said something, you can't take it back. Number 4, start your point with I and not you. When you start a sentence with you, it often feels like you're blaming the other person, and this can lead them to either getting a little bit angry and defensive. Start a sentence with I feel or I think. This is a great way to open up in debate, because when you say I feel, the other person can't really argue with your feelings, and they will be more inclined to feel empathy towards you because they'll try and resolve the reason why you feel that certain way. And this leads to my next point. Number 5, see things from the other person's perspective and show empathy towards them. Put yourself in their shoes and try and understand how the situation is affecting their emotions. And once you notice their emotions, try and show empathy towards them. And if the situation is worthy of an apology, tell them you're sorry that they feel that way. It can often be difficult to apologise in an argument because truth is, us humans, we always want to be right. But apologising for the way someone feels is a great way to show them that you still care and you don't want them to feel that way. Number 6, use humour to break the barriers. Humour can work absolute dreams in an argument when done correctly. I say correctly because it can also have the exact opposite and create more tension and anger. You have to be very careful not to make fun of someone in an argument, because if they're already in a bad mood, it's just going to escalate the mood and it'll just turn into more rage. What I like to do is I look at the conflict from a third point of view. So imagine you're someone else watching the two of you fight, and in some situations it'll probably make you laugh, especially if the argument's over something so stupid and small. So instead of making fun of the other person during the argument, try and make fun of yourself or the two of you together. Try and say something like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm actually shouting at you for something so stupid and small. Hey, we must be looking pretty dumb right now if someone was to be watching us fight like this." And actually laugh at yourself about it, because you can't be mad when you're laughing, right? And the last point I have in this video, and by far one of the most important, if you've seen any of my videos, you might be able to guess what it is. Number 7, That's right, master your own emotions. Control yourselves, people. If you've been floating around my YouTube channel, you know how passionate I feel about this. And it's because it's all within your own control as a person. You can't control how another person acts, but you can control yourselves. Yes, it does take time to master your own emotions, but once you're able to do this, you'll find yourself more confident in certain situations, negative ones and positive ones. There's a huge difference in repressing your emotions and controlling your emotions. Repressed emotions can lead to anxiety and depression, whereas controlled emotions can lead to mental freedom and confidence. If you want to learn more about this, I'll post a video down in the comments section, so make sure to check that out. I hope you all enjoyed this video on conflict management. If you didn't, or you have any questions on the topic, make sure you let me know down in the comments section. Also, make sure you whack that big subscribe button for me and hit the thumbs up if you want to see more videos like this one. And thank you for watching this all the way till the end. You are a legend.